Hi everyone, this is your biology class. I'm your teacher Seema Atreja. Student, in previous lecture we discussed few topics related to aerobic respiration, that is glycolysis, oxidative decarboxylation and Krebs cycle. In this video we are going to discuss the next step of aerobic respiration after Krebs cycle, that is electron transport system. What do you mean by electron transport system? The metabolic pathway through which the electron passes from one carrier to another is called the electron transport system. इलेक्ट्रॉन ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम में इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एक कैरियर से दूसरे कैरियर को ट्रांसपोर्ट होते हैं. इसको हम इलेक्ट्रॉन ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम कहते हैं. एंड दिस इलेक्ट्रॉन ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम इज प्रेजेंट इन द इनर माइटोकॉन्ड्रियल मेम्ब्रेन. This is the inner mitochondrial membrane where electron transport system is present. Several electron carriers are present. Through these electron carriers, electrons are passes from one carrier to another carrier. This is known as electron transport system, which is present in inner mitochondrial membrane. Inner to inner mitochondrial membrane. Inside the mitochondria, inner to inner mitochondrial membrane, what is present? This is the matrix of mitochondria. Outside to inner mitochondrial membrane is present the outer membrane. Mitochondria consists of two membrane, inner membrane and outer membrane. In between the two membrane there is present the space, which we called it as inner membrane space. Inside the inner mitochondrial membrane, these electron transport carriers are divided into four complexes. First complex is shown by this part. This is the complex 1. Second complex is shown by ubiquinone. This is the complex 2nd. Third complex from cytochrome B to cytochrome C1, showing complex 3rd. And the fourth complex is shown by cytochrome A and A3. This is the fourth complex. This cytochrome C is a small protein which help in transfer of electron from complex 3rd to complex 4. This cytochrome C is a small protein which one is attached to the outer surface of the inner membrane. Outer surface of the inner membrane के साथ ही cytochrome C small protein attached होती है, which help in transferring of electron from cytochrome 3rd from complex 3rd to complex 4. That is electron transferred from cytochrome C1 to cytochrome A and then to A3 through this small protein cytochrome C. So these are the electron carriers which are divided into four complexes which are present into the inner mitochondrial membrane through which electrons travel. This is known as the electron transport system. From where the electron comes? As we already discussed, NADH2 are produced in glycolysis and Krebs cycle. Along with this, FADH2 is produced in Krebs cycle. Inside the matrix, NADH2 oxidized into NAD plus. In the presence of enzyme NADH dehydrogenase, when it oxidized, it also releases two electrons and two protons. These electrons are carried by complex 1, that is FMN, is the first electron carrier. From FMN, these electrons are transferred to complex 2nd and they show downhill journey. When they travel from one carrier to another, they release energy, and this energy is used in picking up this proton from matrix, and these protons are transferred to inner membrane space. Now these electron passes from complex 1 to complex 2. Inside the complex 2, there is present ubiquinone which receive electron. And now from complex 2nd, electrons are transferred to complex 3rd. They again showing downhill journey and energy is released. This energy is used up in picking up 2 proton from matrix to inner membrane space. Now the electron transferred from complex 2nd to complex 3rd and electron transferred from cytochrome B to next ubiquinone. They again showing downhill journey and energy is released. That energy is utilized in picking up 2 proton from matrix and transferred to inner membrane space. Finally, the electrons are transferred by cytochrome C1 via cytochrome C to complex 4. That is cytochrome A to cytochrome A3. When the electron pass to complex 4, here energy is not released and no transfer of proton takes place from matrix to inner membrane space. Finally, the electron from cytochrome A3 is transferred to oxygen. Where is present oxygen atom? We cannot write the oxygen atom, so we write here half O2 molecule. Finally, the electrons are captured by oxygen. Oxygen also captured 2 proton from matrix, and in this way, when oxygen receives electron from cytochrome A3 and 2 proton from matrix, water is produced. In this way, electrons are travel from one carrier to another. This is a oxidation reduction reaction, and finally the electrons are captured by oxygen. In this process, what we are observing, as we all know, the aerobic process of respiration takes place only in the presence of oxygen, but the role of oxygen is limited to the terminal stage of the process, where oxygen play vital role. It receives the electron and proton, and finally water is produced here. When electrons are passes from complex 1 to complex 2, complex 2 to complex 3, their energy is released and protons are shifting from matrix to inner membrane space. So there occurs the proton gradient. The concentration of proton becomes higher in inner membrane space and less proton are present in the matrix. So in this way, electrons are transferring through the electron transport system. This is known as the electron transport system. In next video, we will discuss how ATP are produced. That is last step of aerobic respiration, oxidative phosphorylation. This is all about in this video. One more thing I want to tell you, when FADH2 breakdown, it passes its electron to ubiquinone, not to FMN. And when it passes electron to ubiquinone, it releases energy in transferring of electron from ubiquinone to cytochrome B. 2 proton passes from matrix to inner membrane space. And when electron travel from next ubiquinone, that is cytochrome third, again energy is released and it passes 2 proton from matrix to inner membrane space. So at 2 step, when electron transferred from FADH2 to electron transport system, at 2 steps protons are transferred from matrix to inner membrane space. And when electron pass from NADH2 to electron transport system, at 3 steps protons are transferring from matrix to inner membrane space. This is all about in this electron transport system video. Thank you so much.